Let's see where we are on Junk Journal January. I'm on day 7, 8, and 9 today. And so we're going to start with the tuck spot. And I'm gathering all the different supplies. I had worked on the little card the other day. If you want to check out my previous day's video on embossing. Today I'm thinking I'm going to use this paper here and the paper clip. I'm going to make a hidden paper clip to make a little tuck spot that we can use, but I'm also going to use a little side pocket that's going to work as a nice tuck spot. So first, I've got this paper clip that is almost 2 inches in length, and so first I'm going to have the little paper that will cover the smaller part of the paper clip and work here with the circle, and that sizing there will depend on your paper clip. But I went ahead and cut the little edges off because since I'm using a circle, it's a 1 3/4 inch circle, then I didn't really want that paper to show through on the back side there. So now I'm just sandwiching the paper clip in between the little brown piece and the circle that I've got. I'm just using my Tombow glue, and I'm going to put these together here and put a little weight on top and give them a little bit of time to glue and set. I'm going to come back a little bit later and work on the back side of the paper clip, but for now, this is what I'm using on the front side, and we've got this gluing, doing a little inking around the circle. I forgot to do that before I glued it down, but that's okay. It still worked out fine. And now we'll just set it down to dry. So the next thing I'm going to work on is this little pocket that's going to run the length of the page. I just have this brown piece of scrap paper that I'm going to use my ruler to tear off and get into the measurement to extend the entire length of that paper. And then this is a really easy way to do a pocket here. We're just going to glue 3 sides. And that's a nice little insert pocket there. You can do it on either side of the page. I'm doing it from the middle. And I think I may do a little bit of paper on top of that to give it another little decorative view. And I'm kind of going to cheat. I'm going to use this paper as my antique for day 8 because I was behind and I was trying to catch up on 3 different days. So to get rid of that white in between the paper when I tear it, I'm just inking it up. I like to ink up anyways. And let's just glue that to this bottom half of the pocket. And as you can see, that's the other side of those black with the dots that I'm using for the hidden paper clip. Now let's work on the other side of the paper clip. So for mine, I took about a 3 3/4 inch length of paper, about 1 inch in width, and I folded in half, and at the fold, I'm going to just insert it into the other side of the paper clip. And I went ahead and trimmed those notches off so that if you're just holding the paper clip in your hand, you can't see that end through on the other side of the circle. But it's not really going to matter when we attach it to a paper, but that's okay. So after I sandwich in the paper clip between that fold, I'm just going to apply glue again, fold it, and we'll attach another little weight and let this dry. Now let's work on another set. So I've taken about 1 inch length paper. It's about 5 inches long and made almost like a little bookmark. I have decorative paper on the front and on the back, some paper that can be used for journaling. And then I've cut out this scallop piece of paper, and I'm just attaching it to the very tip end. Notice I didn't put the glue all around to the bottom of that scallop, because this is going to be for day 9, the hidden piece. So on this next page, that's what I'm going to set up here. I've got some paper here that is from a Hobby Lobby vintage Christmas paper set, And I've gone through and taken some of the paper that doesn't look too Christmassy, and I thought this green plaid would go really well with my winter theme, the pine cones. Again, I'm using my ruler to do some tearing of the paper because I want it to fill most of this page in length and in width. And so I'm going to tear that to cover this page. And I'm going to do a little bit of inking again. This paper has the white in the middle, so I want to just cover up that stark whiteness. So using a little bit of the brown vintage ink. And then this is the part that I'm going to do to be used as the hidden. Remember I said this little bookmark was about 1 inch wide. So I'm going to hold that in place on my paper. And about where the end of the scallop comes, I want to mark that. And I have my blade. And I want to cut a strip in this paper that is a little bit more than 1 inch in length. Just cover that length or the width of that little bookmark piece. And it's fine for it to go over, 1.5 inches, 2 inches. We want it to comfortably be able to fit in there. And I'm just cutting that through in the middle. And you can see the little slit here and how that will fit inside there. Now let me show you what we're going to do. So back to the page of the journal, just seeing how it lines up, I'm going to glue this page down, but I want to be careful on the bottom portion below that slit to leave that open. I don't want any glue there, because that's where our little bookmark journaling card will fit. And we could put the glue all around the top and to that side, and then just glue that down in the journal. Give that some time to dry. And now let's go back to the other page, and we can put our journaling cards in with the little pocket, the tuck spot. There's another little antique-y looking card that I'm going to use for day 8. And there's my hidden paper clip. Now when we flip to the other side, we can see that brown, and I may come back later and cover that up some, put a piece, but that's a hidden paper clip. Those are really nice to use. Now let's try to fit this in. Notice how it has dried, and we can flip up that scallop just a little bit, and it will fit right inside into that little hidden pocket. It looks just like a scallop on the page. No one would ever guess that you can just slide it out and have a hidden journaling spot. And that can work with any size paper that you want to use there to slip into your journal. Just have a little piece above that you can pull out and that fits over the edge. So that is our 3 days of Junk Journal January. We can go ahead and mark those off. I'd already had embossing done. Check out my other videos. I'll have the links, and we will continue along in the next videos.